On behalf of Human Good, Lower Merion Township, and Montgomery County, I'm honored to welcome you to the groundbreaking ceremony for Ardmore House 2. Thank you. My name is Vidhi Anderson, and I'm the Vice President of Development for Human Good. I would like to start our ceremony with a saying that has always inspired me. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. This groundbreaking is a testament of how far we have come, all working together in our shared commitment to expanding housing opportunities for older adults in Montgomery County. Today isn't just about breaking ground. It's about building a vision rooted in unity, compassion, and collaboration. This project reflects what's possible when public leaders, nonprofits, and community members come together. Senior affordable housing is more than just bricks and mortar. It's about dignity, safety, and belonging for those who've spent their lives building our communities. Thanks to the funding, vision, and teamwork behind this effort, we are creating something extraordinary, a place where older adults can thrive and call home. On behalf of Human Good and Genesis Housing, I want to thank Lower Merion Township for selecting us as the development partner for Ardmore House 2. Your land contribution, funding, and collaboration have made this possible, and we are proud to bring this vision to life with you. I would now like to invite our first speaker, President of the Board of Commissioners of Lower Merion Township, Commissioner Todd Sinai. Commissioner Sinai has been a steadfast advocate for inclusive housing and equitable community development. His leadership reflects the township's deep commitment to ensuring that all residents, regardless of age, income, or background, have access to safe, affordable, and dignified housing. Under his guidance, Lower Merion Township Board of Commissioners have played a vital role in supporting Ardmore House 2, helping to secure local resources and foster community partnerships that make the project like this possible. Commissioner Sinai.
Thank you. Thank you. Everyone here knows that housing affordability is a national crisis. According to the Joint Center for Housing Studies at Harvard University, 1/3 of all U.S. households are cost burdened to some degree. And 70% of those households earning $45,000 or less are cost burdened for housing as well. In the Philadelphia metropolitan area, half of all renters are rent burdened. In light of that, I could not be more proud to be standing here with you today as we break ground for 48 more units of affordable senior housing here in Lower Merion. Lower Merion has a long history of dedication to the issue of affordable housing. For years, we have had an affordable housing committee. We have built up an affordable housing fund. We have supported programs to enhance the affordable housing stock in Lower Merion. But finding solutions is challenging, and that's putting it mildly, especially in a community that's built out such as ours. It is an especially heavy lift to create affordable housing when Lower Merion is one of the most expensive housing markets in the country. I want to recognize the leadership and hard work of Lower Merion's Affordable Housing Committee, which has been led by Commissioner Anthony Stevenson for the last 4 years. It includes Vice President Sean Kramer, Commissioner Scott Zelov, and Commissioner Gilda Kramer. They were joined in this effort by Lower Merion's Building and Planning Department, the Township Manager's Office, and others. I won't duplicate Commissioner Stevenson's remarks by recognizing everyone individually, but it involved many. I also want to recognize the entire Lower Merion Board of Commissioners who have enthusiastically supported this project since day one. But we should also appreciate that this project is in part a reflection of years and years of work on the issue of affordable housing that predate many of those who are here today. Indeed, we stand on the shoulders of prior affordable housing committees, benefit from the investments of previous boards of commissioners, and are indebted to the comprehensive plan committees who years ago made affordability a goal of our comprehensive plan. I also want to recognize some others who are here today. County Commissioner Neil Makija, Senator Amanda Capoletti, Representative Mary Jo Daley, Representative Tim Briggs, the CEO of the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, Robin Weissman, V.D. Anderson and Alan Griffith from Human Good, and Judith Memberg from Genesis Housing. Because while this is a Lower Merion initiated project, this is not a Lower Merion project alone. Affordable housing in this day and age is a team effort that requires collaboration between all levels of government and the nonprofit community. Indeed, one of the drivers of the affordability crisis is that housing for anyone is expensive to build. Ardmore House 2 is a nearly $20 million project, not including the value of land. Unaffordability is not just a zoning issue, it is a construction cost issue as well. Which means that to build affordable housing, government and nonprofits need to step in to fill the financial gap. That has happened here, and I could not be more grateful for the group that has found Ardmore House 2 worthy of support and come together to make it happen. It does include all levels of government: the Township of Lower Merion, Montgomery County, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, which was created by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and even the federal government through its American Rescue Plan program and its support of low-income housing tax credits. And we partnered with two nonprofits, Genesis Housing Corporation and Human Good East. To put some numbers on this, Lower Merion contributed $1.7 million in ARP and affordable housing funds, the land and staff time. Montgomery County provided $5 million, and the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency contributed $13.2 million of low-income housing tax credits. This is a tremendous level of support, and we appreciate it greatly. That is a lot of work to deliver just 48 units of affordable senior housing. But when this project is completed in 2026, we will have 48 more units of affordable housing than we have today. It is a nibble, but meals are made up of nibbles, and so this is how we make meaningful progress. We have also discovered that when we put our shoulder behind something, others join in, and together we move the ball forward. There are a lot of shoulders represented here today, and everyone deserves congratulations. Thank you for your dedication, and thank you for your support.
Thank you, Commissioner Sinai. It is my pleasure now to invite the Executive Director of the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, Director Robin Weissman. Director Weissman oversees several key programs at the state level, including the low-income housing tax credits. This program provided substantial funding for this project. Her leadership in expanding housing resources and access have been instrumental in advancing our shared mission for more affordable housing across the Commonwealth. Director Weissman. Thank you. Absolutely. So you want to either speak into this mic or hold it?
I can speak. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? I'll speak up. I'm not shy and retiring. You can't be in this job, can you? I'm really delighted to be here. I was just saying to Vidi on the way in today, we were recalling a year ago coming together and having all of the stakeholders make the argument for this. And I have to tell you, I walked away from this thinking, this is the most together group I've ever worked with. You were all aligned. You all had the case. It made the case itself, obviously. And I was so impressed with it. And I'm not surprised at all that we're here already. This doesn't always happen, as you might expect. And it's challenging. As Todd said, it's really complex. There's so many resources that have to get pulled together and so many deadlines. And it's really convoluted. It shouldn't be this hard. We should just have a lot more direct investment in housing. But we persist. We work on it because these things matter. And yes, it may only be 48 units, but it is 48 units. And every single one counts. I was thinking this morning, and Vinny also said to me, and it's really been true, we've had the good fortune of having a lot of closings and ribbon cuttings and everything the past few months. We see the culmination coming out of so much that did get held up from the pandemic, but is now moving forward. And I was thinking about some of the units that I was in yesterday and thinking about how the person felt being in their home in that unit. This was on Tioga Street in Philadelphia. So I just can't tell you how significant it is, because you're also organized. I don't always use my notes, but I am going to use them today so I can be organized. But I first want to give a shout out to my loyal board member, John Paone, who's here. Loyal, dedicated over many years. I also want to point out to you an alum from PHFA, Alia Furman-Stanger, who you now are fortunate enough to have at the Montgomery Redevelopment Authority. So glad that she's here today. And of course, I have a special assistant here with me today, Mark Rooney. This really is a spectacular project. And I think, as has already been stated in many ways, we often think about these developments as being urban. The thing we all know now, though, is that the need for this affordable housing is not only national, but it's all over the Commonwealth. So we are really working to try and create affordable housing for urban, rural, and suburban. Every one of them is as important. These are particularly important because in the suburbs, we know the mix is not always easy. We're still facing a lot of NIMBY in a lot of projects. I've had developers just this year pull back from projects because of NIMBY issues. Sure, sometimes it's floodplain issues, but a lot of times it's just the fear of what is not an unknown to any of us, but fear of the unknown. And yet, really integrating these communities is the most significant thing we can do as a society, because that's what makes them vibrant. So I just want to say that we are proud to support it. In most of the deals that we work on, if it weren't for the public financing through the federal tax credits, and more recently, although those resources are running off, the resources from the federal government through the American Recovery Plan, those soft funding sources that aren't out of original, the technical LIHTC awards. If it weren't for that, these deals just wouldn't get done. And I know I'm not a preacher, but I know I'm preaching to the choir here in terms of the importance of the role of government funding for all things in our society. And I also always emphasize the fact that it's not just about the public funding, it's also about the private sector involvement. These are public-private partnerships. The public funding is a but-for. We can't ever forget that. We have to get more investment in housing. But the private sector is a fundamental part of that. We see that through the developers. So the good news is the governor is going to have issue a housing action plan once the state gets a real budget finalized. And in that housing action plan, what you will see, there are a lot of goals and objectives in it. And you will see in that the interests of residents and citizens of the Commonwealth is the same across the board. Rural, urban, and suburban all have the same issues, same challenges, and same interests in housing. And that's the good news, because housing now is not a partisan issue. It's much more nonpartisan. And that's the good news. That's the silver lining. We're going to have to work really hard on getting more resources. And we know the private sector and the public sector will work on a common goal for this. And I'm thrilled about this project individually and how representative it is of the greater good for the Commonwealth. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Director Weissman. Our next speaker needs no introduction. As the chair of the Montgomery County Board of Commissioners, Commissioner Neil Makija has championed equity and housing access across Montgomery County. His support helped secure $5 million in county funding for Ardmore House 2. He has been a vocal advocate for senior housing and community partnerships. Commissioner.
Good morning, everyone. It is wonderful to be here, and thank you, Robin. Last time we were here, we were talking about the project just in Ardmore House 1 with all of our state leaders, State Representative Tim Briggs, Mary Jo Daley, Representative, as well as State Senator Amanda Capoletti. And thank you again to all of the Lower Merion commissioners, starting with, did I press a button? It's this one?
Yes, just this one.
How's this?
If you want to pick,
Is that better?
You can take it out. Yeah, there you go.
All right, how's that? Sorry. Should I start over? No one ever says yes to that. But I was thanking our state legislators, our state senator, as well as, again, to the Lower Merion Board of Commissioners, led by Todd Sinai as president. This is an extraordinary day because it shows that if we work together at the local level, we can tackle challenges that are seemingly intractable. The cost of housing is an issue everywhere in the country. As Robin said, rural, urban, suburban, it feels impossible to pay for the basics that it takes to live. And I think by focusing here in Lower Merion, we're also making an emphasis and a point that we don't think there's any part of our county that should become out of reach. We want to live in an inclusive community where people of all incomes are belonging. And I think from our perspective as a county, my governing partner, Jamila Winder, and I have emphasized housing from the moment we've taken office. Commissioner DeBello has been supportive of this project, and all three of us have really been singularly focused on how we address affordability writ large, as well as a crisis of homelessness, which is happening around the country as well. And I'm proud that in Montgomery County, we have done the work. As Robin said, we wish every project was one in which everyone has come together and gotten behind it. That's not always the easiest thing. In Pottstown, we have a homeless shelter, which now is housing about 100 people. We have a new shelter coming online in Lansdale, which is another 25 people. And we have a new shelter in the works in Norristown. And all of this is brand new, all happened in the last year or so. And I have to thank Kaylee Silver, who's doing an extraordinary job. Everyone here should know her. She's the head of our housing office, housing community development in the county. But we've been so focused across the board from people who simply don't have a place to sleep at night to simply making sure that everyone has a chance to live the American dream, to find a home here in Montgomery County that's affordable. And in recent years, the cost of housing has gone up by $150,000 on the median in Montgomery County. The average two-bedroom rent is nearly $2,000, 60% above Pennsylvania's average. And it's happening at a time when wages aren't going up. We're seeing federal cuts in other critical services, whether it's SNAP, Medicaid. None of that is helping right now. So it is incumbent upon us as local leaders to do everything we can to serve our constituents. And right here, we can be proud to say we're doing that. So I just want to thank everyone again for that commitment, for that work. The work never stops. And we've got 3 great projects around the county right now. We are a place that is rural, urban, suburban, all right here in Montgomery County. And in each one of those, we're going to make sure that we bring together the municipalities, the county, and the state to ensure that we do everything we can to make Montgomery County a place where you can afford to live with dignity, with independence, whether you're a senior, whether you're a young person buying your first home. That's the kind of Montgomery County we want to live in. So thank you all for making that happen here.
Thank you so much. just going to hold it. Our next speaker is a strong supporter of affordable housing legislation and senior services. Her district includes Ardmore, and she has worked tirelessly to align state policy with local needs. Her support of our project, championing the needs of seniors in her district, made it possible for this project to cobble together the different funding sources. The Senator for the 17th District of the Pennsylvania Senate, Senator Amanda Cappelletti.
Thank you, Viddy, and thank you everyone for having me here today. I'm State Senator Amanda Cappelletti, and I am just thrilled to be with you this morning for a groundbreaking on Ardmore House 2. It's an incredible milestone for our community, our seniors, and neighbors with disabilities who call Lower Merion home. Because as you've heard, it is absolutely no secret that our country is facing an affordable housing crisis, and Pennsylvanians, including thousands of neighbors right here in Montgomery County, are not exempt from the unjust rent increases, the appalling rise in eviction rates, home cost increases, and so much more. As you've heard, I have been fighting actively in the state legislature for laws that would address these issues. So I have seen and heard firsthand how far too many folks in positions of power have too often treated affordable housing as a luxury. This morning, I want to be very clear. Housing is a basic human right. It is not a luxury, and it is something every single one of us deserves to have access to safely reside in, to raise a family in if we choose to, or simply just a place to call home and lay our head down. That's why I was so proud to work with my colleagues in the State House, Representative Mary Jo Daley and Representative Briggs, to help secure that $13.2 million in state tax credits for this project. That's why I'm so grateful to be standing here today with such steadfast leaders who are working day in and day out to tackle the housing crisis and do the boots on the ground work and ensure that lower income seniors and individuals with disabilities have their basic rights met with access to safe and affordable residencies. Since taking office, I've seen through the original Ardmore House uplift hundreds of our neighbors through their affordable housing accommodations. And my community engagement director, Bettina, who's here with us today, has been warmly welcomed for her regular mobile office hours to provide support with state services to those residents. So with the construction of Ardmore House 2, I'm looking forward to the years of collaboration ahead between the two entities and between my office and yours so that we can continue to provide our community with the tools they need to thrive. Thank you to our county commissioners, to Lower Merion elected officials, to the staff at Human Good, and to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, and to our community for making this project a reality. As you've heard, it's been in the making for a long time, and it's just wonderful to see it come to fruition. I'm already looking forward to us coming together for the ribbon cutting. I hope it's as beautiful a day as today is. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Senator. Our next speaker is a dedicated advocate for affordable housing and inclusive communities in Montgomery County. Her presence here underscores the importance of public-private partnerships in addressing the housing needs of our seniors. Please join me in welcoming Representative Mary Jo Daley.
We'll see. We'll see. So thank you, Vita, for the introduction. I'm very delighted to be your state representative, even though I am not the state representative for this particular area. I do represent a very large part of Lower Merion Township. I also represent White Marsh Township and the borough of Narberth. So, and I can't tell you, it's just really a pleasure to be here on this beautiful September day. And thanks to the robust local and state partnerships that we've been talking about. You can really see them at work here today. Ardmore 2 will be the product of public, private, and nonprofit organizations coming together with one goal: to serve Pennsylvania seniors. Affordable and quality senior housing is a testament to what Pennsylvania and its communities can accomplish when agencies work together. To build Ardmore 2 and housing like it across the state, we must ensure continued investment from the state level in our yearly budgets. We don't want to talk about that too much right now. The state budget is the driver for the FAIR funding and Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. And last year in the budget, I was proud to vote to increase the FAIR fund cap from $60 million to $100 million per year. And it's really good to see that that action will help fund projects through 2027. So this year we are dealing with an impasse, but only because we know that a final budget is more than numbers on a page. It is a statement of values, showing what a government truly prioritizes and who it serves. Ardmore 2 is our budget's goal. To the seniors who will live here, these apartments will be the homes where they experience memories, are safe, and can live rewarding lives in their community. I'm proud to support Governor Shapiro's proposed budget this year, calling for an increase in the FAIR funding cap to $110 million by 28-29. And you can count on me to enthusiastically support that investment all the way until we reach a finish line. This is your Commonwealth and your budget at stake, and I will not lose sight of that. So again, thank you so much for having me and being here today, and thank you to everyone for their critical support and amazing work. It really is terrific to be here with all of you, so thank you.
Thank you, Representative. I would like to invite Representative Tim Briggs of the 149th District. Representative Briggs has long supported housing initiatives in Lower Merion and Montgomery County. His advocacy has helped bring state attention to local housing challenges. We're happy that you're able to make it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. And I'm going to be real quick. I mean, everything that Mary Jo voted for, I vote for, so I'm not going to go through the list. I don't know if I'm going to be there till we hit the finish line, but as long as I'm there, I'm going to keep fighting to get there. I just want to thank the county, their leadership. It's easy to say budgeters' priorities or values. They put their money where their mouth is. They're putting money into these communities. Not too many times when we do a community meeting and we invite folks from Harrisburg, county commissioners show up, and Neil was there advocating. He knew the specifics of the project. He knew why it was important. And the reason when Gilda and Anthony reached out to me that I was so excited about it is that we have these types of needs throughout the whole county, throughout the whole country. But in Montgomery County, there's that natural resistance, and Robin mentioned the NIMBYism of local communities kind of like understanding the need but not really taking a leadership role. And when Lower Merion was all in on this project, they were committed as can be. It was a natural example. You know, I hope we can go to other communities. I represent Upper Merion, Bridgeport, West Conshohocken. We can go to those communities. We can go to other communities in the county and say, this is what's happening in Lower Merion. That's how we get it done. A public-private partnership, a big commitment, something that's going to help. We'll have a real positive impact on our residents, and it's going to be a great inclusion in our community. So I want to thank the township. I want to thank Brandon, my neighbor, for all the emails that he was sending, giving me background on how we can help, and the elected officials, my colleagues in the House, the county officials, and also just the entire community. Congratulations, Anthony. Great job.
Our next speaker is the Vice President of Ardmore Housing for the Elderly, Bishop Michael Brokenborough. Bishop Brokenborough represents the legacy and mission of Ardmore House. His voice connects the past and future of senior housing in this community. Ardmore House showcased the need for more affordable housing in this community, and that formed the genesis for Ardmore House 2. Our team has worked alongside the Ardmore House board and management for the past several years to align our mission and vision. Once completed, we hope to have created a community that benefits both Ardmore House and Ardmore House 2 residents. Bishop.
Well, good morning to all of you on behalf of the Board of Directors of the Ardmore House and on behalf of our president, Marion Phillips, who could not be here today because of prior commitment. I want to thank all of you who have partnered in bringing this project to a reality. It's an emotional time for me. Being born and raised in Ardmore, the ground that we're standing on is a ground I used to play on as I went to school at Ardmore Avenue Elementary School. So this is also an historical event as well. Again, I want to thank all those who helped to make this possible. Together, we are building not just housing, but a future of hope, care, dignity, and community for our seniors. A safe place for seniors to age in place. It was in 1970 that Lower Merion Township Commissioners began an effort to spearheaded by the former Commissioner of Ward 4, Nolan Atkinson, to build housing for low-income seniors. Much work was needed to be done, and many obstacles had to be overcome. Then in 1986, the dream of affordable housing for seniors became a reality. More than 600 people sought application for the 63 units. The need for affordable housing for the elderly still exists today. The Ardmore House today has a 3-year waiting list. In 2011, the Board of Directors began having discussions on how to bring more affordable housing for the elderly to our community. Again, a dream is becoming a reality as we sit here today and as we prepare for the groundbreaking of Ardmore House 2, which is more than a building, more than a project. It's a promise to provide our seniors with a safe, comfortable, and welcoming place to call home. The other day, I had the opportunity to speak with a long-time resident of the Ardmore community. She's 90 years old. She lives in an apartment. A year ago, her rent was raised $150 per month. Now this year, her rent is being raised $400 a month. So that's $450 over the last 2 years for a senior who is 90 years old on a fixed income. She is excited about this project, and hopefully she'll be able to call Ardmore House 2 her home. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Our next speaker is our development partner in the project, the Executive Director of Genesis Housing Corporation, Judy Memberg. Judy's leadership and partnership have been instrumental in bringing Ardmore House 2 to life. Judy brings decades of experience in affordable housing development. Her team's partnership with Human Good has been vital to the design and financing for Ardmore House 2. Judy.
Thank you. So this project actually started many years in the making. As was mentioned before, back in 2010, 2011, Ardmore House was trying to address their long waiting list. And so they prepared a plan with a partner, Lower Merion Affordable Housing, to prepare a concept plan to see if it was feasible to do an extension to the existing Ardmore House. It was feasible, but the township had a lot of other developments underway and was unable to give up the parking lot. But the timing just wasn't right. But even so, the seed was planted for this future project. About 2 years ago, Lower Merion Township funded a study with Genesis Housing, coordinated with Diamond and Associates and CPB Architects, to take that idea further, to provide detailed design plans, explore funding options, and ultimately select the design we are breaking ground on now, a new standalone building that will bring 48 affordable apartments for seniors. This feasibility work also laid the foundation for assembling the team of Human Good, CPB architects, Cornerstone consulting engineers, and Harkins builders. As the project progressed, more joined the team. McGran for energy efficiency, Regional Housing Legal Services, and Nelson Mullins for legal support. Commonwealth Land Title for the coordination that all these projects need to get to closing. As mentioned by others today, so many have played a role. None of this would be possible without the leadership and support of Lower Merion Township, from the township manager, assistant township manager, planning staff, and of course the Board of Commissioners, plus the support of Montgomery County and PHFA. What excites me the most about this is that what it means for real people. Behind every waiting list is a person who deserves safe and affordable housing where they can age with dignity and community. This project is about giving them that chance. Projects like these always takes many hands, but the spirit of teamwork for this project has been really something special. Thank you for all your dedication and partnership. I can't wait to see this building rise, and even more look forward to the day when new residents walk through the door and call Ardmore House 2 their home. Thank you.
Before I welcome our next speaker, I want to recognize Dan Ogus, our Human Good COO, Jennifer Capin, our SVP of Affordable Housing, and Kendra Roberts, our VP of Operations, who oversee our affordable housing portfolio across the country with grace, intention, innovation, and compassion. So just wave wherever you are. Thank you. It is my pleasure to welcome the Vice Chair of the Human Good Board of Directors, Alan Griffith. The leadership and vision of our Board of Directors continue to inspire our mission and drive meaningful impact across the communities we serve. Alan?
Good morning. It is a privilege to join you today as we celebrate the commencement of our 103rd affordable housing community. At Human Good, we've been providing affordable housing. Thank you. At Human Good, we've been providing affordable housing for over 45 years. And today we proudly serve some 8,000 residents. And we're dedicated to supporting older adults live their best lives possible. And this new community will certainly align with our mission. We are excited to provide safe, comfortable, affordable homes for 48 seniors here at Ardmore House 2. I would like to thank and acknowledge the diligent efforts of the Human Good staff, including the development and operations teams, whose commitment has made this milestone come to fruition. We value and appreciate our long-lasting relationship with PHFA. We would not be here if not for the funding from our partners, RBC Capital and Santander. I would also like to thank Genesis Housing for being a great partner on the project. Lastly, I would like to thank Lower Merion Township and Montgomery County for recognizing the value and importance of expanding senior affordable housing within the community. Seeing all these teams come together to build affordable housing in Ardmore is exciting, and I'm proud to be part of Human Good. Thank you for being here today to celebrate this special event.
Last but not least, I would like to welcome Commissioner Anthony Stevenson of the Lower Merion Township Board of Commissioners. Commissioner Stevenson also serves as the chair of the Affordable Housing Committee and is a ward commissioner for this neighborhood. Commissioner Stevenson has consistently advocated for increased affordable housing throughout Lower Merion Township. His energy and determination have been instrumental in initiating this effort. From the project's inception, he has provided strong support, guided it through the local approval processes, and led effective community engagement. His leadership exemplifies the township's dedication to inclusive development. Commissioner Stevens.
Good morning. I want to thank everyone for coming. When I was asked to be last, I thought it was an honor, but obviously all the thank yous I have already been done. And I also think everybody knows that I have a short tolerance for long meetings, so my friend Scott probably did that so I wouldn't talk about ending zoning across the township, so I won't have my zoning speech out. But before I want to thank some folks, but I want to start with Ms. Anderson. Ms. Anderson was before I even knew what her organization was about, she approached me at the board meeting once and said she wanted to have a conversation because she lived in the area. She wanted to contribute to the area. She wanted to be a part of the area. And she represents what the citizens of Lower Merion represent. See, we live in a world now where there's a lot of division, a lot of sadness, and people are fractured. But today we are sitting here and standing here, united across the board to bring something for the betterment of our citizens. And this betterment crosses all realms, whether it's class, culture, ethnic backgrounds, positions across the board. This work was done as a united front for the betterment of our community. I want to start by thanking the members of the Board of Commissioners. For 8 years, I've been a member of this Board of Commissioners. And for 8 years, every member, 14 of us all, were united about affordable housing, united about doing it. Now, we had some fusses and fights about how to do it, but we were united about doing it. I want to thank our presidents, Dan Bernheim, who led when I first came on, and our current president, Scott Sinai, who made sure that this was taken as a priority across the board. I want to thank members of the Affordable Housing Committee, Vice President Sean Kramer, who can't be here today, Commissioner Gilda Kramer, and Commissioner Scott Zeloff, all who contribute to the leadership in getting us here where we are today. I want to thank some of our partners, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, the RBC Capital, Santana Bank. And I also want to thank the leadership of our township, starting with our township manager, Ernie McNeely. Ernie was not just someone who said, yes, let's get it done. Ernie attended our meetings, he gave valuable input, and without him as a direct leadership, we wouldn't be here, because he also made sure the assistant township manager, Brandon Ford, was an instrumental part of doing the internal leadership. Brandon, along with Charlie Doyle, Sarah Corley, and other members of the township staff, were able to make sure that we brought this all together. I also want to thank Jody Kelly. Jody Kelly is the secretary of the Board of Commissioners. I would have missed half of my meetings if it wasn't for Jody's texting me or calling me. We want to thank the Montgomery County Commissioners, led by their chairman, who's here today. I want to thank our senator for being here, our state representatives for being here, for being a part of it. We want to thank, most importantly, the community. It is something to say that you live in a community that cares, but to live in a community that is concerned about the least of thee is why we're here. We want to thank our civics, our Ardmore Progressive and Ardwood. We want to thank our members of our neighborhood here for their patience as we have worked with them during this construction. We want to thank the folks here at Ardmore 1, who was, please, let's applaud them. Members of Ardmore 1 have been generous with their time and opening their doors for having meetings and discussions about this. We want to end this by saying that we look forward to seeing the community in a year for our ribbon cutting. Only thing I'm going to ask is, Ernie, can you make sure we're turned this way so the sun isn't in us? So again, I want to thank everyone for coming and thank you for being a part of this process.
We will now have a ceremonial groundbreaking. I would like to invite our speakers at the shovels for a photo op. As we officially break ground on Ardmore House 2, this concludes our program. Thank you for joining us today. Please enjoy the light refreshments and connect with our team and elected officials. Congratulations to us all, and see you at the grand opening.